In 75 BC, pirates capture a young Roman noble, Julius Caesar. They chain him aboard their ship and demand a fortune in silver for his release. Caesar just laughs. He tells them he's worth double and one day he'll crucify every one of them. For 38 days, he lives among his captors, writing, joking, never once looking afraid. The ransom is paid. Caesar walks free, then quietly raises a fleet of his own. He hunts them down, captures every last one, and does exactly what he promised. This is episode 1 of The Price of Piracy. Follow to catch all 10 stories. In 1718, the Royal Navy finally corners history's most feared pirate, Blackbeard. His real name is Edward Teach, and for years he's terrorized ships from the Caribbean to the Carolinas. He ties lit fuses into his beard before battle. So terrified, sailors swear the devil himself has boarded their ship. Lieutenant Robert Maynard finally traps Blackbeard's sloop in the shallow waters off Ocracoke Island. Blackbeard boards Maynard's ship, believing he's already won. The deck ahead looks completely empty. It's a trap. Dozens of British sailors are hidden below deck, waiting for his signal. Blackbeard is struck again and again, yet he keeps fighting, refusing to fall. Finally, the deck goes still, and the most feared pirate in the Caribbean is dead. Maynard orders Blackbeard's severed head tied to the ship's bowsprit for the whole coast to see. He sails into port with it swinging above the water, a warning to every pirate crew still at sea. Legend claims his headless body circled the ship 3 times before finally sinking beneath the waves. This is part of our Price of Piracy series, so check the channel for the earlier episodes. During the Age of Sail, the Royal Navy had 3 punishments so brutal, sailors begged their captains to hang them instead. First, the cat o' nine tails, 9 knotted leather cords that shredded a man's bare back in front of the entire crew. Captains logged every lash in the ship's record, and some men survived 200 strikes, though they never fully healed. Second, keel hauling, where sailors were tied to a rope and dragged beneath the hull from one side of the ship to the other. Sharp barnacles sliced the skin open while cold seawater rushed into every wound along the way. Most men drowned before reaching the far side, and the few who survived often lost the use of their arms forever. Third, and the punishment sailors feared most of all, marooning. Captains rowed a mutineer to a barren, uninhabited island and left him with only a loaded pistol and a single shot. No food, no shelter. No ship was ever coming back to find him. Weeks later, search parties sometimes found nothing but a skeleton and one spent bullet beside it. The Royal Navy called it discipline. The sailors who survived called it the slowest death at sea. This story is part of our Price of Piracy series. Check the channel for the earlier episodes. England hires one man to hunt pirates, then hangs him as one. Kidd is a respected privateer, given a royal commission to destroy pirates. Backed by powerful nobles, he sails from London in 1696 aboard the adventure galley. For months, Kidd finds no pirates, only empty seas and a starving, mutinous crew. Desperate, his men pressure him to attack any ship they find, pirate or not. In 1698, Kidd seizes the Quedagh Merchant, a rich ship flying French colors. But the ship's true owners are protected by the East India Company. Word reaches London. Captain Kidd, the king's hunter, has turned pirate himself. His noble backers panic. They need someone to blame. Fast, Kidd sails home confident, believing his commission will save him. Instead, he's arrested, tried without his evidence, and hanged at Execution Dock in 1701. This is part of our Price of Piracy series. Check the channel for more. In 1581, Queen Elizabeth I knights Francis Drake on his own ship. Drake had spent years raiding Spanish ships and colonies across 2 oceans. He sank Spanish ships, burned their ports, and stole their silver fleets. King Philip II demanded England hand Drake over for execution. Spanish courts branded him El Drake the Dragon, Spain's most wanted man. Elizabeth secretly financed his voyages while publicly denying any involvement. Then she knighted him publicly, before cheering crowds on the Thames. Philip placed a bounty on Drake's head worth millions in today's money. One empire's hero was another empire's criminal for the exact same raids. Drake died in 1596 near Panama, sealed in a lead coffin at sea. His coffin has never been found. His legend outlived every treasure he stole. This is part of our Price of Piracy series. Check the channel for more. In 1789, the crew of HMS Bounty didn't kill their captain. They did something crueler. William Bligh had sailed the Bounty to Tahiti to collect breadfruit for England's colonies. Weeks in paradise made his crew forget discipline and their loyalty began to rot. Before dawn, Fletcher Christian and armed sailors stormed Bligh's cabin and seized the ship. They didn't murder him. They forced him into a 23-foot open launch instead. 18 loyal men crammed aboard with barely a week of food and water. No charts, no compass worth trusting. Just open Pacific in every direction. Bligh sailed toward the nearest safe port over 3,600 nautical miles away. Storms swallowed the boat. Rations shrank to a sip of water and an ounce of bread. For 7 days they starved, froze, and somehow refused to die. Bligh navigated by memory alone and brought every surviving man to Timor alive. This is part of the Price of Piracy. Check the channel for earlier episodes. During the golden age of piracy, roughly 1650 to 1730, pirate crews followed written codes stricter than most kings' own laws. Rule 1. Every crew voted for its captain. No bloodline, no birthright required. Europe's kings simply inherited their thrones. No election, no consent, ever asked of the people. A pirate captain who abused his power could be voted out or marooned on a deserted island. Rule 2. Plunder was split into equal shares, written down in the ship's own articles. Kings hoarded treasure while nobles feasted, and the common soldier got nothing at all. Even the captain claimed only 1.5 shares, barely more than a deckhand. Rule 3. Injured pirates received guaranteed payouts, decades before any government offered compensation. Lose an eye, earn 100 pieces of 8. Lose a leg, earn 600. In writing, no European army paid its wounded. Crippled soldiers were simply cast aside to beg. This story is part of our Price of Piracy series. Check the channel for earlier episodes. Follow for more forgotten history like this. Thousands of American sailors vanished into North African slavery, and Thomas Jefferson had no navy to stop it. For 3 centuries, Barbary corsairs from Algiers, Tunis, and Tripoli terrorized the Mediterranean. They boarded merchant ships, chained the crews, and sold them into slavery. European powers just paid tribute, buying safe passage year after year. The newly independent United States had no warships and no way to protect its sailors. In 1785, Algerian pirates captured the ship Maria and enslaved her entire crew. Jefferson begged Congress to build a navy, but lawmakers refused to spend the money, so America paid ransoms instead. Nearly 20% of the federal budget some years. Captives rotted in Algiers for over a decade, some dying in chains far from home. Finally, in 1794, Congress caved and authorized 6 warships, the birth of the U.S. Navy. Those same ships later fought the Barbary Wars and ended America's ransom payments for good. This is part of our Price of Piracy series. Check the channel for the earlier episodes. This woman commanded 80,000 pirates and beat the entire Qing Chinese Navy. Her name was Zheng Yi Sao, a former sex worker from a floating brothel in Canton. In 1801, she married the pirate lord Zheng Yi and quietly took control behind him. When he died in 1807, she seized command of the Red Flag Fleet herself. Under her rule, the fleet grew past 1,800 ships and 80,000 sailors strong. She wrote a pirate code of her own, punishing rape and theft with execution. In 1808, the Qing emperor sent his imperial navy to crush her fleet. Her ships destroyed them, sinking dozens of warships along the southern Chinese coast. Portugal and Britain sent their own warships next, and she defeated them too. By 1810, the exhausted empire offered her amnesty instead of another battle. She negotiated her own surrender, kept her loot, and lived out her days in luxury. This is part of our Price of Piracy series. Check the channel for the earlier episodes. In 1718, the King of England offers every wanted pirate a full royal pardon to quit the trade. 3 of the Golden Age's most feared pirates take the deal and break it. John Auger signs his pardon in Nassau, then sails straight back into raiding ships. Within months, he's captured the first pardoned pirate the crown ever hangs. 1718, Stede Bonnet, the wealthy gentleman pirate, accepts Governor Eden's royal pardon in North Carolina. Weeks later, he's raiding again under a fake name, hunting ships along the coast. Colonel Red captures him. Bonnet hangs in Charleston in 1718, begging the court for mercy. Calico Jack Rackham takes Woodes Rogers' pardon in the Bahamas in 1719. He returns to piracy anyway, sailing again with Anne Bonny and Mary Read fighting at his side. Captured in 1720, Rackham hangs in Jamaica, his body caged over the harbor as a warning. 3 pardons, 3 second chances, and the crown's patience runs out on every single one. This is part of our Price of Piracy series. Check the channel for the earlier episodes.